DNA, also known as deoxyribonucleic acid, is a hereditary material in humans and almost all other organisms. DNA is located in the nucleus of our cells in our chromosomes and is made up of various smaller molecules called nucleic acids.
It has a double helix that looks like a spiral ladder.
Sugar and phosphate molecules form the backbone of the ladder, while the nitrogenous bases form the rungs. The sequence of these nucleic acids tells the cells in our bodies how to build our nose, eyes, hands, feet, and everything else. If the sequence for something isn't there, our bodies won't build it. The information in DNA is stored as a code made up of 4 chemical bases: iodine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Iodine always pairs with thymine, and guanine always pairs with cytosine. Human DNA consists of about 3 billion bases, and more than 99% of those bases are the same in all people. Now, how are personality traits inherited? Well, imagine 2 kids. One's demanding, and one's shy and reserved. Both exhibit completely different personalities. Why is this? The answer to this question is that our personalities have a genetic component. This doesn't mean we are born with our personality and nothing else is involved. The genetic framework for our personalities can be manipulated by our life experiences. Genes are not solely responsible for our personality. Personality is a complex trait that is influenced by many different genetic and environmental factors. Just imagine mixing red and blue paint and trying to separate them. It's impossible, just like our environmental and genetic factors of our personality. Now, let's move on to how our phenotypic traits, also known as our physical appearance, are inherited. Traits are passed from parent to child through genes and chromosomes, which are made up of DNA. Some genes are dominant, while others are recessive. The dominant genes are responsible for traits in humans, while recessive genes will only come into action if the dominant gene is missing. Thus, it is these genes that will decide the inherited genes in humans. As we see here, brown eyes are dominant, while blue eyes are recessive, which means the outcome of the child will be brown eyes. With advances in molecular genetics, it became possible to launch the Human Genome Project, a sequencing project that determines the genetic makeup of an organism by reading off the sequence of the 3 billion DNA bases, which encode all of the information necessary for the life of the organism. The work of the Human Genome Project has allowed researchers to begin to understand the blueprint for building a person. It can help us understand diseases, including genotyping of specific viruses, treatment, identification of mutations linked to different forms of cancer, and the design of medication and more accurate prediction of their effects. As researchers learn more about the functions of genes and proteins, this knowledge will have a major impact in the fields of medicine, biotechnology, and the life sciences. With all these new advances with genetics that scientists are discovering, have you ever wondered about the different possibilities when it comes to altering your DNA, such as if we as humans could glow? Well, let's just say that we could be close to having that become a reality. Scientists have already figured out a way to make fishes glow in the dark. They're called glowfish. They injected the fluorescent protein gene, also known as GFP, found in jellyfish, into fertilized fish eggs, and the gene integrated into the genetic code of the eggs, which grew into adult fish, and they bred them to produce the glowing embryo. A study carried out by medical researchers in North Yorkshire has revealed that the luminous cells found in a certain type of jellyfish could be used to pinpoint cancerous tumors in humans. The tumor is then picked up by a special camera. The procedure works by inserting the luminous jellyfish cells into the human cancer cells. Once the tissue is illuminated, the special camera can detect the tumors, pinpointing their exact location. What the Yorkshire Cancer Research Team has done is to use an altered form of the protein so that it shows up as red or blue, rather than its original green. Color is important for these tests, as most colors in the spectrum are rapidly absorbed, and tumors deep within the body become invisible. In conclusion, we agree with this type of procedure because it could help diagnose cancer that might be difficult to detect, and more lives can be saved thanks to early detection.